could learn how to make your first days would. That's too damn long. Dang it. Want to learn how to create an offer in 7 days or less. Yes, no. So, the system. Okay. Hello, everybody. Let me put my thing right here. Move this poll over here, just like that. And there we go. And there we go. Let me see. Hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Welcome in. If you are new here, put new in the chat. If you don't know my story, I pretty much get on here every single day to show you guys how to get started with affiliate digital marketing. Hopefully y'all can hear me. Ooh, it's a little crooked, but that's okay. I'm gonna move y'all out right there. But hopefully y'all can hear me. Let me get on here and see, because I don't want y'all to talk about me bad like how y'all did me a few weeks ago. So let me see. Am I on here? Make sure I can hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, yeah, I can. Okay, cool. But welcome in. So today I'm going to be just quickly talking about how you can create an offer literally in 7 days or less. Okay. And I don't know where you're at in your business. If you thought about doing it, first of all, like I said, if you're new, put new in the chat so I know. I want to welcome you in. Well, first of all, where are you watching from too? I want to ask you that. But if you do not know, my name is Sierra Janae, and I get on here pretty much every day to show people how to get started with affiliate marketing and digital marketing. Because why are you not doing this? Why are you not using your phone to generate income? Okay. While you're working your 9 to 5, I still work my 9 to 5, and I've made well over $380,000 in less than 2 years. And if I can do that, you can do that as well. Y'all, digital products, digital marketing is not going anywhere. It's here to stay. And you need to be getting a piece of this pie. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Regardless, if you want to quit your job, or even if you want to stay on your job and just have, multiple streams of income, there's nothing wrong with it. You don't have to be an influencer. You don't have to have all these followers. You don't even have to get a lot of views. You just need a system and you need structure. Okay. So if I got anybody in the room who wants some system, who wants some structure, let me know. Put me in the chat, okay? Don't be shy, don't be nervous, okay? I'm here to help you. That's simply all that I get on here for. I truly do this for the results of my students and of people being able to transform their lives, because this truly transformed my life. I thought it was a scam, thought it was too good to be true. But I mean, here I am 2 years later, still talking about the same thing. So look on my channel, check out all the videos that are on my channel. This is literally all that I talk about. So I wanted to quickly just talk about the biggest thing that a lot of people get stuck on when it comes to creating their own offer, and why you think it doesn't work. It's probably because you went the route of just going through ChatGPT, right? People told you, oh, you can create a $27 product or whatever like that. Just go through ChatGPT, say, hey, you like, I don't know, a random topic, right? And you let ChatGPT just write out that product for you, whether it's an ebook, a guide, or something like that, and then you drop it into Canva, and then it's like, oh, sell it. Sorry, y'all, got cut off. YouTube, what's the problem? Don't start today. Don't motherfucker start today, YouTube. What's going on? What's going on? Okay, but do I have anybody in the room that has heard that, where it's like, hey, yes, go through ChatGPT, y'all? I ain't gonna lie, y'all. ChatGPT is slowly but surely it's so 2010 at this point, girl. Like there's so many different tools and resources that you be using to build an offer, okay? And I don't care what your experience is. I don't care if you are oblivious to what digital marketing is, okay? Let me first break that down for y'all so y'all understand, okay? Digital marketing is something that you do every single day, okay? So little do you know, you're doing it, you're just not getting paid for it, okay? So the next time you share a post on your page, the next time you talk about an experience that you enjoyed and your friend or your family member or your homegirl or somebody goes and experiences that same thing because of you, you did a form of marketing, okay? But now it's 2026. We almost halfway through the year. You need to be getting paid for this shit, okay? So that's all I get on here and teach you simply how to do. And let's be honest, a job is not designed for you to live your best motherfucking life. Okay, it's designed to pay the bills, and that's really it. Okay, not nobody is really getting rich from no 9 to 5. Okay, now granted, I'm not knocking on 9 to 5. Like I said, people think that I'm psycho and crazy that I still work my 9 to 5. But let me tell you something: all income is good income, baby. So if you can work your 9 to 5 and have some digital assets on the side working for you, so while you're at work, you're making money. While you sleep, you're making money. While you're on vacation, you're making money, then that's what we want. Okay, does that sound good? Let me know in the chat if that sounds good. Hey, is it Elisa or Eliza? I don't want to tear it up. I don't want to tear it up. Okay, let me know. It really is not. I agree with you. It's not, you know what I'm saying? But again, we can use our 9 to 5, right? So we can reinvest in ourselves, okay? And that's exactly what I did, okay? I used to be one of the type of people that was like, I want to quit my motherfucking job. I'm trying to get the fuck up out of here or whatever like that. But then I said, no, let me take it back. Let me take it back. Let me take it back for a second, right? My 9 to 5, I make a pretty decent salary. I do work from home, okay? So I'm not on a job that I hate and that I'm stressed the fuck out and I want to cuss out my boss 24/7. So I will say that. But I've had a lot of students that have walked away from their 9 to 5 doing digital marketing, selling their own digital assets, or just by reselling other programs. Okay. So you have that option. I said it right. It's Eliza. Okay. Or Elisa. Girl, you know I'm gonna tear it up. Hey Bree, how are you doing, mama? How you feeling? Yeah, sounds good. Okay, okay. Thank you, sis. I want to make sure I'm saying it right. Okay. Y'all make sure y'all go and vote on my poll here or whatever like that. Okay. So we live in a world that now that we have tools and resources, okay, and I'm talking about without you not even having to spend a lot of money, you could literally create an offer, validate it, build it, and sell it literally less than 7 days. And I actually just recently did this to show proof to my audience. You want the system? Okay, it's linked in the description. I'm gonna also drop it in here for you. Okay, now, but let me just kind of explain how this works because I don't want you to jump into something that you're not sure. Again, I'm telling y'all, I truly do not do this for the money at this point. I do this for the results. Okay, so I'm only looking for the people that are action takers that want to transform their lives, that want to transform their pockets. Okay, if this ain't something that you want to do, baby, I ain't for you. Okay. And I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that. I just, like I said, I want testimonies. I want to hear you say, girl, I built this in 7 days and got my first sale. So just last week, like I said, I get on YouTube pretty much every day. And I'm asking y'all, like, why are y'all not starting? Why are y'all not starting? Digital marketing changed my life. Why are you not starting? Do you think I should do a class or a course? Honestly, if you're a complete beginner, sis, I would start with a course. And this is, hear me out why I say this, okay? A lot of people, but I'm teaching you either way, okay? So if you want to, and you can start with the course that I'm talking about that I just created. I literally just launched it last week and I already got people in there. Okay. Because y'all, we have tools and resources that literally can help us create offers literally within seconds. Okay. But the point is, this is where a lot of people fuck up. Okay. They try to copy what they see other people doing online. And that's what's fucking you up. That's what's holding you back. And that's why you're not getting paid. Okay. Every single one of you that are watching me right now, you have a skill, you have a talent, you have something that you've overcame, you have something that you think about and you're like, damn, I don't really even gotta think about this shit. I can do this shit in my sleep, right? What is that? Okay. And that's exactly why I built the sicko method, okay? Because so many people, it's just a one-time investment of $97, sis, and you can actually resell it for 85% profit. So every time you resell it, you earn $82 per sale. So low ticket, nothing too expensive. But again, you're learning how to create your own offer in 7 days or less. So that's the beauty of it. Again, y'all, this is something that I could have put together. I have courses that I sell for $400, $500, okay? I wanted to give y'all access to something because y'all have no excuse. If you have a phone and Wi-Fi, you should have some kind of offer, okay? Again, I want you to think about just for a second, okay? Because inside of my program, I built a bot, right? And it's going to ask you these questions to help you, you know what I'm saying, understand what you're good at. Again, this is the biggest mistake that so many people make. They're like, oh, I see what Sierra's talking about, so I'm going to try to do exactly what she's doing because it's cute. And I like that she uses these cute pink colors. And I want to do exactly what she's doing because she says she made over $380,000 in less than 2 years. So I want to do the exact same thing. Baby, God made you unique for your own reason, okay? You are special. The things that you've been through, the things that you overcame, the struggles that you overcame, all that shit, right? That's your story. That's where you need to start, okay? Because 9 times out of 10, your story could be somebody else's breakthrough, it could be somebody else's blessing, okay? And that's exactly what the hell you need to be doing, okay? Not doing what I'm doing, okay? I'm just leading you to the water, okay? I ain't trying to make you drink the shit, okay? That's completely up to you. What you say? Homemaking and productivity for me, but I don't know how to make it a business. I'm in my damn head. Bree, you need to get the sicko method, sis. You need to get the sicko method, y'all. When I tell y'all, and I'm being completely honest, y'all, this is me just giving y'all a little secret, okay? Because like I said, I've been doing this for a while now. I'm gonna be honest. Everybody and their mama, they lazy as hell. The world that we living in right now, motherfuckers is lazy as hell. And I'm not saying that to try to offend y'all. People don't want to go through a 26 module program anymore. They don't. They don't, right? And when I seen that, because this is the whole point of understanding how digital marketing works and how you can actually make a lot of money, okay? It ain't about what I want, it's about what y'all want, right? So when I noticed that, I'm like, what can I put together? People have skills, people are talented, people are good at things. People, your homegirl, your auntie, your cousin, your sister, your friends, they always be like, girl, you need to package that and sell that shit. Breathe. You cold when it comes to the cleaning and the organizing and shit. That's what the hell you need to be doing. That's what you should be doing. Y'all stop trying to think that you have to like, well, but nobody, I don't see anybody doing it like how you know what I'm saying, or I don't see anybody doing exactly like this, so I'm gonna try to be that innovator. That's where you're fucking up. Do what you're good at. Breathe. All of your cleaning videos and shit like that, they be going crazy. You need to package that and put that into some form of a digital product. So this is the thing. So the bot that I built, it's going to ask you a series of questions. Unlike regular Chat GPT, it's a yes man. It's just going to tell you whatever. It's going to be like, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's package it like this. That's where you fuck up at, y'all. Okay. So we got to first start with extracting your skills. What are you good at? What are people always asking you for? What are they, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn girl, you need to be selling this, right? After we extract that, just because we extracted it, just because hey Stefan, just I have watched one of your videos on how to make $400 in a day. You can do that too as well, sis. But I'm telling you, as a beginner, if you want to, you can just start with the sicko method, build your offer. You have that option to resell, and if you want to move on to something like that, once you start making that profit, girl, then you can definitely move on to one of the other bigger courses. But I'm just saying, y'all, I'm talking to the beginners for a second, okay? Because again, what I don't want you to do is get that shiny object syndrome and you try to go buy this and buy this and buy this and buy this. I like people to actually execute and do the work, okay? Because when you do that and you start seeing that it's actually possible that you can generate income in 7 days or less, you look at this completely different, okay? Brie, I'm serious, girl. You gotta stop starting and stop and start starting and stop and do what you love because it's gonna be so much easier. I'm telling you, and I'm speaking from experience. Well, y'all, when I used to get on the internet and try to fake the fun, well, I don't even want to say try, but I was okay. Like, hey guys, welcome back to my channel, whatever like that. Motherfuckers would fuck me. I mean, yeah, I would get a little something, something, but it wasn't nothing like that. When I get on here and just be myself and talk to y'all, I'm really passionate about showing people, hey, your phone should be paying you point blank. Period. Your phone should be paying you point blank. Period. Y'all, I don't care. You spend so much time scrolling and watching somebody else. Like, y'all, I feel guilty if I sit down and actually watch a TV show. You know why? Because I got this idea, this idea, this idea. I can turn it into money, turn it into money, turn it into money. So it's all about shifting your priorities and thinking about this. If you're not where you want to be, change that shit, okay? And again, I don't know how long this shit gonna be around. So that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. Get into this shit while you can, all right? Because the fact that AI is allowing us to literally, like, y'all, my phone, every time I get on this internet, I'm not saying this to brag, I'm saying this because I want you to see yourself like this too. Every time I get on this internet, I at least make $1,000, at least make $1,000. Can you imagine living paycheck to paycheck, not knowing how you're gonna pay your light bill, not knowing how you're gonna pay your gas bill, not knowing how you're gonna fill up your gas motherfucking pump, bitch, right? To now, oh, I know if I get on this motherfucker, I'm gonna make something. I know I can cover a bill, bitch. You know what I'm saying? That is a blessing, all because of the skills and tools and resources that we have. All because I've taken the time to learn high income skills, and now I'm like, baby, it's enough for all of us. Okay, what I have is gonna be different from what you have. What God bless me with, He gonna bless you with something completely different. Okay, so again, stop comparing yourself. Stop thinking like, oh well, I'm just not qualified. Oh, I'm just y'all. It's mediocre motherfuckers that don't know shit. Okay, but they know how to use motherfucking AI and they're making bread. Okay, and you should be doing the exact same thing too. Okay, but you said what AI do you use? So I use now. I'm a Claude lover now. But the bot that I built because I wanted people to have access to it once they get inside the Sicko method, it is ChatGPT. So if you have the free ChatGPT version, you get that as well. Okay. And if you check out the video that I posted yesterday, I went through actually the whole process and we built an offer, y'all. Literally while I was on live, we built the sales page, we validated, we made sure all of that. And that's the thing. So let me focus. Let me get back to my focus. Okay. So this is where people be fucking up. They will be like, "Hey, I really like talking to people." Okay, and then they'll talk to ChatGPT. ChatGPT, okay, let's put something together. But instead, have you validated? Have you looked on YouTube and seen what people are actively searching for? Have you went on TikTok? Have you went on Reddit? Have you went on Google and actually validated that this is something that can actually sell, right? Also, is your item or the thing that you want to do, is it a seasonal item? I've had students that are like, "Hey, I really love making Christmas cards." Okay, sis, I feel you, and that's amazing, right? But how you gonna make some money in motherfucking February, March, April, May, June, July? You know what I'm saying? Like, so we gotta make sure that it makes sense. Okay, we don't want to try to put together something and you know what I'm saying, it hasn't been validated. Also, a lot of people start building before they validate, and that's where they fuck up. Why waste time? Okay, I want to make sure that this digital product that I build before I even build it, that it's gonna sell. So, do I have an audience out there? Not do I have a whole bunch of people follow me? Okay, this is where people get this fucked up. Okay, they be like, well, I only have 50 followers. Doesn't matter. If you get 10 motherfuckers in the room with you on live, right? Live stream is probably one of the fastest ways you can convert people. Okay, ain't got shit to do with followers, y'all. I get on this internet here every single day, and half of the motherfuckers that buy shit from me don't even subscribe to me or aren't even follow. They end up subscribing to me later. But so that if that's the thing that's holding you back, that's bullshit. You gotta get up out of here. A lot of y'all are on TikTok. I'm not a big TikTok person. Every once in a while, I'll get on there or something like that. Great way to get yourself pushed out. And again, if you are serving people and actually solving a clear problem for them, they are going to buy from you, point blank, period. Okay. Another thing, people feel the need that they need to, when you work hard on something and you're like, hey, I want to show you, this product or whatever like that. It's so amazing. It has this many modules in it. You're going to do this, and this. Don't nobody give a fuck. Okay. They want to know, hey, in 7 days, maybe you can have an offer built and you can start making sales straight up. Okay. Yes, there's information. Okay. Sorry, y'all. That was my baby daddy calling me. Can y'all hear me? Oh, can you hear me? Let me know if y'all can hear me, y'all. I'm sorry. I had to look. I always forget put my goddamn phone on do not disturb. Let me know. Am I back? Am I back? Huh? Okay, I'm back. I'm subscribed to your channel. Thank you for subscribing, sis. I appreciate you. I think it's a little overwhelming when working a 9 to 5. It's draining. I feel you, sis, but at the same time, you make time for what you want to make time for. I still work my 9 to 5. I run 2 communities. I mentor people in depth, one on one. I have literally 10 people that I'm mentoring right now that does my one on one. I travel back and forth between Indiana, Chicago, and in Ohio. So sis, you make time for what you want to make time for. Okay, y'all got to stop using that as an excuse. Yes, there's gonna be some late nights. Yes, there's gonna be you missing out on date nights or you going out and having fun with your friends. But if you're serious about changing your life, you gonna plug in and you just gonna do it. Okay, like straight up, that's just what it is. All right. Now, my one-on-one girl. Now, look, I don't have no spots open up right now, Bree, and I'm just letting you know right now. I'm just letting you know right now, it's 2 stacks, okay? I had to let the people know, okay? I don't really open it up as much anymore. That's why you'll never really hear me talking about it. If you are interested in a one-on-one, you can email me. And once I do have spots open up, you got more than enough resources. You just need to lock in, sis. You just need to lock in. Stop. And as much as I love you, girl. You know I love you. But as much as you have so many resources, Brie, use what you have. And again, that's me knocking myself out of money. But that's how serious I am. You got SWC, you got NPM, you got, I don't even know, do you still, yeah, you had DWA. Sis, why are you not using them resources? And again, why are you just not tapping in to what you already are good at? You love cleaning, you love organizing, all that shit. There is a whole world, a whole field around that. Build your offer around that, Bree, because it's going to be easy for you to showing up. Like, y'all, if it's hard for you to get on here and talk about some shit, you're not passionate about it. Okay. You're not like, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that. That's why I'm saying, like, stop using that for, you know what I'm saying? Baby, you you got a whole baby in your stomach right now, girl. You better be creating some content around that. That's your real life. Use your real lived experience, y'all. As like that's the beauty of it. This is the part that I wish more people would understand. Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah, you can make a lot of money selling courses and shit like that. But I honestly am passionate about this shit because I'm like, bro, I was broke as fuck. Like, and I prayed 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 and I said, God, like, please send me opportunity. That's why I be so hyped about this shit because I'm like, look, y'all, like this shit is It's motherfucking kids. It's kids making millions of dollars. Why you not? You can't. Hey, if I could just get a little piece of the pie. You know what I'm saying? Like that's all I'm saying. Like, but stop overthinking it and sometimes if it takes you to take a step back of consuming so much content, then do that because I have to do that. Like I'm literally off of Instagram and TikTok right now because I'm like I fall down that train and it's easy to fall into that trap of like okay you comparing like damn maybe I should be here, damn I should be there, damn I should be there, or whatever like that. But what works for me is what works for me. Like I said, a lot of people be like damn I would have thought you would have been at $1 million. Bitch, I'm going at my own motherfucking pace. Okay, mind your business. Okay, at least I made something. You know what I mean? But like, stop letting that shit get to you straight up. What is what is SE? Are you trying to say what is SEO? I don't know what you mean by that. It's just not clicking for me for some reason too. But you're right. You're right. Yeah. Because Bree, I'm telling you, you trying to do what you see in everybody. I know what it is. I've been doing this for a while now. You trying to do what you see everybody's doing. And again, like God got a higher purpose on you. You need to be doing the thing that you love the most because I'm telling you, it'll go crazy. I have a student who literally created a whole like cleaning what is it called like cleaning time. I don't want to mess up what her offer is called, but I mean code. Like so many people want to get organized and dealing with OCD and that type of shit. Like you can help them, you know what I mean? And to you, it's nothing. You like, baby, I do this shit with my eyes closed. Like you know what I'm saying? It will go crazy. Yes, you talking about SEO? So it's just search engine optimization, which is really funny because now y'all they always change shit. They always fucking change shit. Now SEO is going away, and well, at least when it comes to YouTube. So like now that all of these platforms are utilizing AI, SEO is not even a thing anymore. It's like truly like I was in this YouTube summit thing. And they were talking about it. It's very interesting because you know we've gotten so used to okay use those keywords, try to say this, try to say that, right, to pull your audience in. Where now it's all about audience satisfaction and you know what I'm saying keeping people on the app. So if you're creating engaging content, and that's another thing, you know, kind of speaking about your offer, y'all, when you're creating something that you love and it's something that means something to you, creating content around that would not be hard at all, right? It'd be really simple to do because you really live this life. Using you, Bree, for an example, you clean and organize and do that shit every single day. So that's not hard getting content around that, right? So you can have your little text on the screen videos, but you can also have them sit down moments with your girls and be like, hey, your dusty ass need to clean. You know why? That's why your mind is cluttered. Because you're fucked up here because this shit is fucked up, right? And that is so real and relatable. And that's gonna bring people in. Then people gonna be like, damn, like the way she made me feel, she got me in my feelings. I'm in my head like about this or whatever like that. And then you like, but now if you're tired of being a dusty hoe and you're tired of your house looking like this, okay, comment the word clean hoe and I'll send you my free. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all, that's all it is. There's no like I really wish this shit was rocket science. I promise you, and it was complicated or complex, but it's not. Like it really is. But when you're trying to do something that again you're seeing somebody else do, right? And you're not getting nowhere. Now I ain't gonna lie to y'all. We do have this era of people that just be out here just showing screenshots, and it gets a lot of people that way too. I don't believe in that shit. Okay, I genuinely love teaching this shit, showing people that it's really that easy and that simple. Okay, because if I can do this shit, you can do this as well too. All right. I thought my blind look. Let me not be on here laughing. I thought my blind girl she know me, but it turned out she wasn't seeing anyone. What the hell? Okay, Andre. Hey, Dr. Dandruff. Hey, okay, y'all. So let me finish. So let me just go over just the modules that are all inside of the sickle. Don't come over. Don't come over here on the bullshit. Okay, don't do it. Not today. Not today. Because I'm gonna start blocking people. Okay. But hopefully we're gonna have a good live. Okay. So let me explain to y'all how the sickle method works. So like I said, the first module. Again, I've had this set up exactly. Exactly. I'm not about to do this today. Okay. I'm not about to do this. This is why I like going live on my computer versus my phone because you know sometimes you be getting good crazy people. But okay. But anyways. So the first module inside of the sicko method, all right? Again, y'all, this you can do this in 7 days or less. 7 days or less. I know you got 7 days. I know you got 7 days. You got 7 days, all right? So skill extraction, again, you're gonna go through the bot. The bot asks you a series of questions, okay? When it asks you those questions, okay, it's important for you to be honest. Don't be doing some shit that you think is cute. Don't be doing some shit that you think that you want to do, right? What are you already good at? Okay, we start there, all right? And next thing we validate. We want to validate before we create. What we don't want to do is waste a whole bunch of time, a whole bunch of energy creating something that's not going to sell. We need to make sure it sells. So again, going on TikTok, going on YouTube, look at what people are typing in when it comes to that thing that you want to do. Okay, whether it's cleaning, maybe it's relationships, maybe it's showing people, maybe you're good at, you know, helping kids read. I had a teacher that literally just launched her offer a few weeks back and went crazy. She bought one of my courses off of me, and she was like, Sierra, I want to do what you're doing because you said you made all this money and da da da. And I said, girl, no. What the hell do you do? What do you do for every day? And y'all, sometimes for the ones of what is that? For the ones that are like working a 9 to 5, right? What the fuck do you do on your 9 to 5? Are you good at the shit that you doing on your for somebody that's like, oh, I don't know what I'm good at. I don't know, I'm not sure, whatever like that. What you doing on your 9 to 5? Because she was a teacher, an elementary teacher, and I said, sis, you need to be helping people, okay? What do people come and ask you for every day? Well, I get a lot of parents that are saying that they're struggling with trying to help their kids do math. That's your motherfucking offer. So we put together her offer. Y'all, and when I tell you, she was trying to resell the course. I said, girl, you don't need to resell the course. You don't need to resell the course. I mean, if you want to do that, that's cool. You can have that as a side income stream, but this is your main offer. So we put together her offer, and she literally tutors parents to be able to help them help their kids with their homework. Okay. So again, this is something that she was already doing. Let me block you now because like I said, I don't want to be distracted. But this is something that she already does in her day-to-day life. And that's what I'm saying. This is the whole point of what I'm saying, y'all. It's not about acting like, um, um, sorry, y'all, I don't have time for the bullshit today. But it's not about like you trying to, oh, I look up to Jackie on it so much and I love her makeup tutorial, so I'm gonna try to do makeup. Is anybody asking you for your makeup tutorial? Is anybody asking you for that? Okay, if not, again, you have skills, so stop thinking that you don't, okay? After after we validate and create your offer, then we need to understand positioning and messaging. Okay, what do I need to say every single day to start pulling my audience in, okay, to start attracting them so they'll be interested in what I have to sell. Okay, when you follow this order and this structure like that, this is what leads to your sales. All right, once you do that and you understand the positioning, okay, and when I say understand positioning and messaging, okay, kind of going back to us validating and us researching and saying like, okay, for example, if I go back to the cleaning topic, for example, right? What are people actively searching for on YouTube? How to get organized as a mom, how to, what I'm saying, keep their house clean, how to clean from room to room, how to use timers to clean or whatever. So whatever people are actively searching for, I'm gonna start building content around those things, around those said phrases, right? Around how to get, maybe cleaning supplies to get from Dollar Tree under $20 or something like that, right? And so I'm going to start creating long form videos, maybe on YouTube, even short form videos, on TikTok, Instagram, or whatever. And I'm going to post that, right? Because when my positioning is clear, my messaging is clear, then people are going to want to fuck with me. They're going to want to follow me. They're going to want more from me. Okay. I always relate things back to the bourbon chicken method. Okay. Y'all know how y'all be in the mall? The lady be standing out there, you was minding your business, you was walking, you was about to go to Bath and Body Works, I don't know. And then she out there with that bourbon chicken, okay? You taste it, you say, oh shit, okay. Baby, this bourbon chicken is good. Like now I wanna give me the whole lunch menu. Give me a lunch platter, okay? That is exactly what understanding good positioning and good messaging does, okay? If I'm very clear on what I'm talking about and you know what you're gonna get from me, then baby, I got you locked in, okay? I got you frozen in time and you gonna wanna fuck with me, all right? Which in turn, you're gonna want that escalated offer, or in turn, you're gonna want that, that item that's gonna help you get from A to B, all right? And so I do that in my messaging of how I talk to you, okay? Now from there, once we got all that down, then you move on to building the asset fast, okay? It's another reason where a lot of people get stuck and they don't make a lot of money, or they don't make money at all. They spend so much fucking time, like, oh, it has to be pretty, it has to be cute, it has to be whatever. Y'all have students that literally sell Google Docs. Google Docs, bundle Google Docs for $100. Okay, nobody fucking cares. Yes, we love a good aesthetic, cute, whatever. That's great. But at the end of the day, is this going to help me transform my life? Is this going to help me get me to point A to point motherfucking B? Bitch, I don't care what it looks like. Okay. Now, granted, can you go back and fix it later? Absolutely, right? But what we don't want to do is spend so much time trying to build this shit and then worrying about the graphics and the colors and if it's cute or whatever like that. Is it going to be transformative? That's all we care about, okay? We build it, boom, put it up, and then we start gathering testimonies as we're making the sales and everything like that. And if we want to go back and fix it, you can go back and fix it, okay? Now, once you built it and everything like that, what do you think about faceless? It's very possible. Okay, I think that faceless is fine if you're going to be creative. I don't like faceless stock content that everybody and their mama is using. That's what I will say. I have students. I don't know. Are you a mom, sis? Because if you're a mom, then you would probably really love NPM. And I'm telling you now, in there I have a module. It's called Faceless Mama module. My faceless, the way that I teach faceless is very different from a lot of people. A lot of people tell you, oh, you can go on these websites and use these little faceless content. Honestly, if I'm being honest, that's how I started. I was a whole white woman online, had a G wagon, the the matcha. I was doing all that bullshit, right? But everybody uses that content. I think that you should create your own faceless content, and there's different ways to do it. I have a student who literally films a lot of her videos where she's turned around and you just see the back of your head. I don't know if you remember the R&B artist Her, where she used to always wear them big ass glasses. That's something that you could do. You could put text over your face, you know what I'm saying, and do like that. So there's different ways to do to be faceless. I think as long as you're incorporating your voice inside of your content, it's fine and it can work. And you can make a lot of money being faceless as well too. I hope that helps. After we build the asset, y'all, and we got that together, okay? Then we need to price and package it, okay? So this is where you start looking at what other competitors are out there. What is the missing thing that maybe they're offering, but maybe people are in the comments saying, "Oh, I wish it had this," or "I wish it had that," right? That's going to help you determine, what you're going to price your offer at. If you're a beginner, I always tell people kind of start at that $27 to $97 price range. That's really kind of, because it's enough for people to be like, okay, it's not too expensive and I'll make that first leap versus it's not, too cheap either. Okay. But again, depending on what your offer is and what you build, we'll kind of go from there. The next thing is, learning how to sell without an audience. Y'all, live stream. There's really no other way to say it. People consume so much content. I'm a behavior therapist. Girl, absolutely. There are so many different things that you can do with it. Hey, Stefan. There are so many things that you can do. I actually have one of my students who's in my one-on-one mentorship. She is a behavior. Well, she was a behavior therapist. She actually her offer, and I'll just give you some of her business. She shows people how to create and get like the funding for the behavior therapist. Is that like BCBA? How you say it, girl? Look, I don't know. I don't be knowing how to take those terms. But basically, she helps. She used to work with kids that have like autism. Is that what that is, right? Am I talking about the same thing? Because I'll get on here lying, girl. Ain't that the same thing? I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. But yeah, so we created an offer. So she's showing people how to actually start because basically, long story short, in the Black community, and this is just all the information that she told me, girls, like, a lot of the facilities that I guess that are out here don't necessarily be looking out for us. You know what I'm saying? And the facilities, they be kind of fucked up. You know what I mean? They be having broken toys and they be, you know what I'm saying? So it's really interesting, like what she was telling me. But so she shows people like how to get funding, how to go through the state and all of that. And, basically creating her own practice. And now she has like I think she has like over, I think 10 facilities. And again, she was watching me and she was like, "Oh, I want to try to sell the course or whatever that you do." And I'm like, "Girl, what do you do?" And so many people want that information. So yes, you absolutely can do that around that if you're still kind of like in the therapist just mode, right? Maybe you're just teaching parents, right, how to what is it, how you say it. So like she was telling me something where, like, for example, parents wouldn't go home. Girl, I don't want to get on here lying and I don't want to put words, I'm paraphrasing, but basically she said a lot of kids that have autism, um, a big part of their therapy is for their parents to reiterate what they're doing in therapy, right? So she was like, and I was like, well, why don't you, maybe create like a little checklist or whatever like that for moms who have, because she's a mom too, but moms who have autistic children, and like different things that you can do at home. So, girl, I mean, that is a whole world within itself, and there's so many different things that you can do with that, which would be, crazy because people just need that support, right? There's a lot of moms, there's a lot of women, there's a lot of parents, period, right, who are struggling and feel like nobody, you know what I mean? So that, baby, that's you right there, sis. That's you. You know what I mean? You said that's a great. Bree said that's a great field. Okay. And then y'all, after we sell it, start selling it with the audience. Like I said, getting on live stream, even creating your content, right? And putting those call to actions, directing people and telling them what to do. Then you just turn it into an asset. And how to turn your product into an asset is simply using systems. Okay. You can use Sandstorm, you can use beacons, you'll start utilizing email automations like on these social media platforms, and it's running in the background where you're not actively, trading your time for money. As much as I love to get on here, and this is why I'm a different coach from a lot of the coaches that y'all used to and see. I have learned how to take the money that I have made and create other businesses while it works for me while I'm not on here. Okay. Now don't get me wrong. When I get on live, I make a lot of money. But at the same time, I don't want to create that same habit of, okay, am I on live 8 hours a day to make a whole bunch of money? No, right? I post content that's relevant content, right? To what I'm constantly always on here talking about, right? And I built a trust with my audience now where they know that, damn, when Sierra get on here, we know she's gonna be talking about this. We know she's gonna be talking about that. Instead of all this random ass shit where people be doing, this is where they be fucking up, okay? And that cycle kind of just continues itself. And honestly, like I said, you can do all of that within 7 days or less, okay? So again, I showed myself building the Sicko method. Literally 24 hours. I built the program. I launched the program. 3 days later, you know what I'm saying? I launched it live and got multiple sales. So again, and people are already through, because again, it's only 7 days. The modules are very short to the point, but again, you get the bot that literally helps you and walks you through the phases of building your offer. So that's the beauty of it. Yes, ABA. Okay, and that's what I was like. Ain't it ABA or BCB or yeah? True. Yes, I rather help the parents. Yeah, and I'm telling you, sis, there's a whole like the her name's Veronica or whatever, the person that I'm working with that does that. I'm like, sis, you need to launch a motherfucking podcast because you know people again, people want support. I can't say that enough, y'all. And it's such a blessing to be able to get paid for what you're already doing. Sis, if you're already doing that, putting that into a digital offer and making it available, just free resources. I'm sure you give out free resources all the time or give people tips and stuff like that all the time. There's nothing wrong with packaging that, getting people on your email list so they can stay, you know what I'm saying, stay locked in with you. So when you do, maybe if you're launching a course or a community or something like that, right, to offer parent support, then you can do that. Honestly, and that's one thing I was trying to convince Veronica. I was telling her, I was like, girl, if you had a whole community of just like because it's so many levels. You know what I'm saying? It's so many levels to that shit. And again, I don't even know because I don't know what all them technical terms, but baby, it's a lot. It's a lot. There's so much that you can do with that shit. So yeah, I mean, if you're interested in getting started, I'll be happy to help you get started. I don't know. Did you say you were a mom? Because one thing I was doing is I throw in the sicko method because we're still in I'm still like in the early bird phase. I'm throwing in the sicko method if you purchase NPM. So again, NPM is truly like no other. Again, you're gonna get support from like-minded moms, and that is literally like my. I always tell people like that is my baby product. I'm not the type of person that sells a whole bunch of different products. I just wanted to create products for people to have options. Okay, like again, I'm not one of them. Okay, ebook here 20. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's cool, but I just believe one stop shop. So that's why the sicko method is just kind of like my lower entry. And again, if you're more focused on building your own offer, and you're like, hey, I kind of already know what I want to do, but I at the same time I don't. I just don't know how to package it right. That's what the sicko method is for. If you're a mom, baby, NPM's like no other. Okay, it really is. All right. You get a lot more of me, and definitely in that community. I'm actually in the process of a rebrand, so I'm gonna be launching that very soon. What'd you say? I like you, Sierra. Oh, thank you too. I love you too. I like you too, girl. You have also encouraged me through your videos, and I do not subscribe to anyone when I found your live. You're really helping our community. Yeah. Oh, thank you, sis. I appreciate you. Oh, thank you, Bree. Nah, but y'all, because I'm just saying, like, y'all, I can't and I'm not to like always try to bring up my story, but like yo, I'm telling y'all, like I have been at the bottom, and that's one thing that I always promise. Like when I was praying, I was asking God to please deliver me and just show me a way. I told him that I will always just like give back, and that's what I'm saying, y'all. Like I don't do this shit. I could have made a lot more money, right? But I honestly, I don't like it. I know this sounds weird saying it's like I'm good. You know what I mean? Like if I don't make it, y'all, sometimes I be wanting to disappear from this motherfucker. I really do. But it's like the transformation and hearing y'all stories and hearing about like I've helped women that were living in their cars, y'all, with their kids to now them having their first home from digital products, y'all, from digital marketing. And when I hear so many people like I can't do it. No, bitch, you just gotta keep with the shit. Y'all know how many $0 days I've had? Like, okay, but keep fucking going, keep fucking going, keep fucking going. Again, you have talents, you have skills, and you can package it. And there's nothing wrong with selling it. People have this whole bad idea of selling is such a bad thing. Selling is such a bad thing is if you don't believe in what you're talking about. I believe in what the fuck I'm talking about, so I don't feel bad getting on here. Yes, I sell all motherfucking day long. What you gonna do? You gonna fight me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all gotta, hey, because again, a 9 to 5 is cool. Use that shit. People, like I said, people be thinking I'm crazy that I still work my 9 to 5. But guess what? When you're in entrepreneurship and your money is fluctuating and it's up and down, it's all depending on how if you showing up, if you're not showing up, or whatever, right? when I went and bought my Chicago apartment or whatever like that, motherfucker, I always show them my digital product income, from entrepreneurship first. And they was like, oh well, this month you made this month you made that, baby. Show them that 9 to 5 income. Oh, okay, you're approved. Yeah, that's what I thought. So again, stop following, what you see these people online, because I'm telling y'all, start paying attention. Some of y'all favorite creators that y'all watching and stuff, they on here hustling hard. You know what I'm saying? Because this is all that they had. And if you on live 8, 9, 10 hours a day, of course you're gonna make some money. I hope you do. But bitch, I don't want to do that. I'd rather create assets that work for me in the background. I got my 9 to 5. I've also invested in Airbnb. I have Toro. I have all these multiple things working for me, right? All because I invested in myself one time, and from there it's created multiple opportunities for me. Okay. If I can do that shit, you can do that too. There's nothing that I have about me or special about me other than, bitch, I ain't gonna let up. Hey, sometimes I don't have time to watch a whole season of Bridgerton because I'm working on an offer that I can create so that it can make me more money. Okay. And again, since knowing the stuff that you can start mentoring people. Like, for example, I do one-on-one mentorships for $2,000 to work with me for 30 days. For 30 days. Okay. I help you. I literally like build your offer for you, and I work with you one-on-one. We meet 2 times out of the week or whatever. That's passive income that I only got to be with somebody for 30 days. You could be doing that and teaching somebody that. So again, like, y'all just get out of your head. Stop thinking shit is too good to be true. Stop thinking shit is a scam and just fucking start. Nothing will ever change if you don't start. If you just stay in your head and you're like, oh, what was me? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't got time to do that shit. I don't like, you know what I'm saying? Like that be the difference between, me. I feel like me and a lot of people just in general, like, I'm not about to, I'm gonna figure this shit out. There's too many tools and resources or whatever. And honestly, y'all ain't nobody really even ever helped me. I be trying to give people they flyers and shit like that. But honestly, some of y'all favorite creators is in my inbox right now. Can you show me how to do this? Don't never shout me out. Don't never say nothing. Baby, courses that y'all have bought. Okay, motherfucker asked me help me build it, but I don't never say nothing or whatever because I just wait my motherfucking turn. God got me, I'm good. Okay, but I'm just saying, like, God put something on your heart, on your mind. He's not gonna give you no idea and tell you need to move and not give you the customers and not give you the sales. Okay, He wants you to change and transform who you are. Okay, 'cause sometimes God be trying to push us. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna do this shit for us. He's not. You just gotta, you know what I mean? You gotta transform who you are and transform your thinking and be like, okay, how can I get to this level? What do I gotta do? Do I gotta get a mentor? Do I gotta get a coach? Should I invest in a course, right? Because I ain't gonna lie, trying to go down the YouTube rabbit hole, it's gonna take you fucking forever, right? That's why starting with a course is so much, it's a lot more beneficial. I will always, I don't care if you've been watching me, baby, I'm always gonna give credit to DWA because if it had not been for DWA, baby, I would not be here. To this day, Rachel be laughing at me all the bitch, thank you, because you changed my life, bitch. You changed my motherfucking life, okay? And I'm serious, and I'm always gonna give her credit or whatever like that. And seriously, now, is that program one thing? And I just like to be honest with my audience. Is that program great for beginners? I say if you're someone who has your feet wet in social media, you kind of are familiar with it. If you don't know, baby, if you ain't ever posting a reel, no short, you don't know nothing about that. That's why I created other options. But still to this day, I make a lot of money from DWA. Still to this day, okay? Not as much as I used to. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I used to 10K every month from DWA. But again, I learned to, you know what I'm saying, take my skills and turn it into shit that creates me income. So yeah, if these courses ain't selling or whatever like that, boom, I got my mentorship going. If I ain't booking nobody, because sometimes I do get overwhelmed, right? Because I really am involved with my students and I want them to be successful and I want their offers to be so fucking amazing that they go crazy and they make a whole bunch. Y'all have a student that literally has made more money than me. She has made over $730,000. Okay, this is the shit I'm trying to tell y'all. I was thinking about doing mentorship too. Yeah. What you mean, like Bree? Like you're gonna mentor people, or are you talking about what you mean? Nice. Okay. But y'all, do y'all want me to show y'all how to get started or how to grab the sicko method while you can while I'm on here? I'm about to get off here. Y'all gotta make the kids breakfast. They looking at me like, bitch, I'm hungry. What's going on? And like I said, right now, if you do grab NPM or DWA, I do throw in the sicko method absolutely free, y'all. Again, this right here is really life changing because if you know me, I'm an over deliverer. I love to give you all the sauce, all the information, everything that I possibly fucking can, right? And the fact that this motherfucker is only 8 modules, the fact that it's short as hell, the fact that you can finish the program in literally 4 hours or less, I'm not one of those type of people, okay? But again, people's attention spans is fucked up. And people want these overnight results. And no way am I saying this is a get rich quick scheme or you're going to get overnight results. But I will say, you know what I'm saying, that you can get through it, you know what I mean, very, very quickly and literally get your offer out there. Okay, y'all, we have Claude, we have ChatGPT, we have Lovable, we have, why are you not using these tools? Why are you not using these tools and these resources? Okay. What are you afraid of? Who's going to fight you? Who's going to fight you if you launch this amazing offer and start making all this goddamn money? I took a few uh what is DWA? So DWA is Digital Wealth Academy. That is, I don't know, I know you said you've been watching me for some time, sis. That's the course that I started with. That was the course that helped me earn my first six figures online. And literally I feel like it's the blueprint of digital marketing. Plus they do have multiple streams of income in there. Okay. It's a great course. Like I said, I will say this: if you are not familiar in the social media space, it will take you some time to get used to. It's not really a like a hand holding experience versus like inside of NPM, like how I am. I'm very like on your head. Where DWA, you kind of really have to be independent, but the information there is amazing. Like I said, they taught me everything that I knew. And really, I'm the product of the product. That's what allowed me to be actually create my offers and make, you know, my second six figures with other, you know, products and opportunities that I created. Yes, mentoring people and moms. Okay, Bree, what you gonna be mentoring them on? What you mentoring them on? Sis, you got your idea down? I took a few coaching courses on Udemy. I don't know what that is. What's that, girl? I don't know what that is. Course, yes. I've never heard of that. What's Udemy? I don't know what that means. Look, I'm over here looking it up. What's Udemy? Oh, it's an online platform and stuff like that. Did you feel like you learned anything from it? And I'm not trying to be shady or nothing, but the only thing I've noticed, y'all, I've had students that's like, and I'm not gonna lie that I've mentored and that I've coached, and they're like, hey, I went to school for digital marketing, and I'm like, they got like a not a degree but a certificate, and I'm like, baby, what the hell did you learn? So that's what I'm saying, like DWA. I've had so many students, y'all, where they're like, I went to school for digital marketing. I'm like, okay, I know you got to be on and didn't know nothing. What the hell are they teaching y'all? Okay. And so many people that are like go to school for like AI and shit. I'm like, if you don't learn this shit in these courses in 2.3, like maybe if you don't get you some Higgsfield and take you and just watch a couple of videos on YouTube, you don't gotta be paying for all that. Okay. And people be paying $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for this shit. They ain't gotta do that. Get you a one time, and that's why I'm telling y'all starting with a course is going to be 10 times easier just because, okay, I can start with this course, right? I'm learning all this information as well, way worth way more than what I've actually paid for it. And then two, I can turn around and resell this motherfucker as well too, right? So regardless of whatever it is that you're teaching or what your niche is, right? Somebody might ask you, well, damn, how were you able to put this offer together? Or how were you able to put that ebook, that guide, that course, that community together? Okay. All thanks to DWA, right? And so y'all, I'm just giving y'all my sauce. That's literally what I did. No, it's hosted inside of the school platform, sis. Here, so I can kind of quickly show you what it looks like, and I'll show you all my. You want me to show you all my business? I can show you all my business, girl, if you want me to. I'll show you DW just kind of like a quick overview of what it looks like. I'm sorry, y'all. It's me over here sidetracked. Uh, 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 uh. Baby, did you want some? I don't have no strawberry cream cheese. Here, I'm gonna show you what it looks like, just so you can kind of have an idea. But I always used to show this on my y'all. Don't look at my desk because it look a little trifling right now. Okay, I don't want y'all judging me. Okay, but this is DWA, so it's hosted inside of. Let me move. Can I move it? Let me move my poll. Y'all voted. What y'all say? Y'all said 67%. I need to screenshot that. Okay. So this is DWA Girl. So it's inside of the school platform. So it's just an online platform where you, like, say if you end up launching your own community, your own course or whatever like that, right? You can put it in here. I like school. It's very to the point, really easy to kind of navigate, especially for beginners or whatever like that. But this is DWA. This is the program that I got started with, girl. When I got started, it was 42,000 people in here. You see, it's 136,000 people, girl. 136,000 people, all right? And like I said, this is truly like the blueprint of learning what digital marketing is. Okay, so this is like the community tab. This is where like you can interact with folks. This is Rachel. She's the creator. She's amazing, super sweet. That's my home girl. Okay, that's my home girl. Okay, no, but for real, she real cool. And she wanted people basically to have access to these skills at an affordable price. You know what I'm saying? She was one of the first people that I had seen that created something. DWA is literally one of the fastest growing online courses on the school platform, point blank period. Okay, but where the meat and potatoes is in the classroom, right? So everything is structured for you to learn. So this is why I be saying this really beats like just going on YouTube and being like, oh, I'm gonna look up how to learn more about marketing. I'm gonna look up about branding, right? You literally have everything that you need So you can kind of take what you need to leave what you don't. They have mindset training. This was the biggest kind of game changer for me, sis, because I was like, damn, it's one thing learning this shit, but like mindset is truly 80, 90% of what we do, right? If you don't believe you're gonna be great, if you don't believe you're gonna be the shit, if you don't believe you're gonna actually make sales, you're wasting your fucking time. I'm telling you now, okay? So they go over mindset in there, just understanding the DWA blueprint as a whole. They have a crash course. They show you how to set up your systems. Okay. So, like I said, everything is, and as you can see, like how I don't have like this module filled out or whatever, you can literally take what you need and leave what you don't. So that's the beauty of it, right? This module right here, this is one of my favorites because this is my girl, Amber. Okay. We love to see us. We love to see us. Okay. Amber, if y'all don't know her, she's cold as fuck when it comes to content, point blank, period. Okay. Sis is probably one of the coldest creators I've ever seen. She don't get enough motherfucking credit. Like, this is my girl. This is my good sis. Okay. But she shows you how to, like, prep yourself, and how to understand really the Instagram platform. So if you really want to grow on Instagram, this is definitely a really good module to watch. But she drops so many really good gems in there. But they pretty much go over everything. They talk about pre-launch, and that's like such an important skill that so many people don't, you know what I mean, that don't realize. A lot of people will work so hard on their offer, launch that bitch with no plan, and be wondering why it's motherfucking crickets. Okay, so that's what they talk about in there. They also show you about, they talk about, the importance of email marketing and setting up your business the right way so to actually scale, how to sell in your stories, how to sell in your DMs. Maybe they got a little bit of everything up in here, as you can see. Okay, and like I said, they even have it for guys. Like I said, a lot of guys that buy, if they don't do my one-on-ones with me, they get DW, and it's, like I said, it's a great way to start. If you're interested in creating faceless content, they have modules inside of there over that, along with creating your AI twin. They have UGC. This back page here is, honestly, I always say, the money page, because these are all of the different side hustles. Okay, so again, great way for you to get started like that. I do say, and like I said, I like to be honest with people, because I don't be trying to lead nobody or set nobody up for failure. Okay, one thing that I had noticed was a lot of people that with DWL, and I tell people all the time, if you get it, focus on one thing and one thing only. And this is why I end up branching off and creating my own course for moms specifically, because that be the thing. People don't give shit enough time, and they'll try to, like, in DWA, since it has so much, they'll first try to start reselling the course, right? And they don't get no sale in like 2-3 days. Then they'll try to move on to, like, oh, well, I'm gonna try to do UGC, or I'm gonna try to do TikTok shop, or I'm gonna try to, and it's like, no, you have to give the shit time. Understand, like, get your positioning down, get your messaging down, right? So you can actually make some money. If you flipping from idea to idea to idea to idea to idea, you ain't gave shit enough time to even let it grow. You know what I mean? Even let it work for you. So that's the only thing that I will say. But DWA, like I said, is an amazing, amazing, amazing community. I love it. So many. This program has created multiple six figures, myself included, multiple millionaires, literally from just reselling the course. So that's how powerful and amazing it is. They just actually kind of added like a new module, like the Claude module, amazing, where Rachel herself is teaching it, and we love when Rachel teaches shit in here. Okay, we love her. So if you're interested in getting started with that, like I said, you when you get DWA or MPM, I do throw in the Sicko method absolutely free. So that's really multiple streams of income that you're getting in one, that you can do something. But the point is, like I said, you start with one thing, okay? Don't be trying to do 18,000 days. All right. And that's the thing. When you do that, and then you can move on to the next thing, y'all. I tell people all the time, I had tried to do Airbnb and wholesale real estate years ago, okay? And it didn't give what it needed to give for me. And I felt like I failed at it, right? Once I got into digital marketing, I started understanding sales psychology. I started understanding positioning, messaging, all that type of shit. And once I started making money and I was able to put my business like on autopilot, then I went back into it, and I recently started back Airbnb. I've had multiple clients do that. I do short-term rentals or whatever like that. So like I work with like a lot of nurses or people that get displaced when they're like if their home experienced a fire or something like that. I do that. So people are literally booked up for like 6 months at a time, 6 to 12 months at a time. But again, I went back to it. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so stop thinking that, if something didn't work before, maybe you just need to refine your skills and, pull it together. Okay. So again, I highly recommend DWA. Like I said, if that's it's a one-time investment of $497. You have the option to resell it. You earn $422 per sale. You get me as your coach, as your mentor in your back pocket. All of my products, y'all, you get me where I can help you and support you along the way. Because like I said, I do this for the results. I need a text message letting me know that you got your first sale. I need a text message letting me know that, what I'm saying, you just signed your first client or whatever like that. Of course, sis, absolutely. If y'all want any of the information, what I'll do is I'll drop the link in the chat. But before I get off of here, does anybody have any questions? Okay, y'all. I know I said a lot, and really I didn't even cover what I wanted to cover. but I gotta go feed these kids because they're like, Mama, what the fuck? But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drop my link in here, and I have all the resources that I basically talked about while we were on live. Like I said, if you grab DWA or NPM, you get the sicko method absolutely free. Okay. So again, stop making excuses and just start. Why are you not using your phone as an ATM? I want to know why. Okay. I want to know why. You sit up here watching me. Why are you not turning your phone into ATM? You sit back and watch so many people transform their lives, change their lives right in front of you. Why you ain't doing the same shit? They not better than you. They not smarter than you. They not cuter than you. None of that shit matters. Okay. So do it and stop playing. Okay. Hey, stop bringing that girl. How are you? How are you doing, sis? Sis, are you enjoying the sicko method? Let them know. Okay, don't lie for me. Okay, tell them the truth. How you feel about the sicko method so far, sis? Honestly, I want to know. I want to know. Sabrina was one of the first people was the first person that grabbed the sicko method when I launched it on Friday. How are you feeling about it, sis? Let me know why you in here. Tell the people, okay? Because again, y'all, I don't do this shit for the money. Because I could have made that shit $300, $400, but I didn't. I was like, I want people to have access to this where you ain't got no excuse. A lot of y'all, when I do these polls, y'all be like, I want a story, but I just $300, $400 is just too much. I understand, all right? So $97, no problem, okay? You said I love it. It's super simple. See, y'all see what I mean? Okay, and that's what y'all need: simplicity to the point. You need structure. You need a system. Okay, but again, y'all, it's 2026. Your summer. Y'all, YouTube hating on me, bro. Why you hating, YouTube? Yo, did y'all have any more questions? I'm sorry, y'all. Get out. That's why I don't like going on my phone. I'm an old hoe. I be getting on my computer. But yes, sis. So when you get sicko method, you don't get my phone number. But like I said, if you get DWA or MPM, you do, because the sicko method is very simple, sis. You won't need me. I mean, you can always ask questions inside of the community. Don't get me wrong, right? I'm never gonna just like leave you, you know what I'm saying, leave you there by yourself. But yeah, community is everything. And that's I encourage in community, sis, just because like a lot of my students, like for example, inside of NPM, like the moms, there's times where I don't even get to the questions because one of my other mamas didn't answer it. So, and that's the beauty of it, because again, so many of us be in our head and be like, oh, I don't know if I can really do this or whatever like that. Like, sis, you're so much further than you actually think that you are. And sometimes it's good to see other people and where they're at in their phase of their journey or their business or whatever like that too. So again, I don't know which program you're interested in getting, but like I said, DWA, NPM, you get my phone number, you get me as a coach. I give you a 30-day content plan so you're not stuck or confused, so we can hurry up and get over that. Okay. Sicko method, again, you talk to me, okay? You know what I'm saying? But it's very straight to the point. I don't do like one-on-one coaching or anything inside of that program specifically. Because like I said, it's very simplistic, but you can ask questions in the community and everything like that, if that makes sense. Oh, I didn't even know she said it. Sabrina said everyone in the community is helpful. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. And like I said, all of these programs, you have the option to resell it. So like I said, you kind of have that built-in income stream, regardless if you're creating your own offer or you are, you know what I'm saying? If you know what I mean? Or if you just want to resell it, you can resell it. But I encourage ownership for everybody. Okay, y'all, there's nothing like having your own asset. Okay. And creating that motherfucker one time. Yeah, you can revamp it and rebrand it and stuff like that later on. But essentially you're creating something one time and being able to sell that shit over and over and over and over. Y'all been selling the same products for the last 2 years. Okay, if I can do this shit, you can do it as well. Period. The only person that's stopping you is you. You heard Sabrina. Okay. Does anybody have any more questions, y'all? And like I said, I posted a link down below. What else? Did I get everything? Oh, and if y'all didn't know, you can get on a payment plan. A lot of us started on a payment plan. I started on a payment plan, baby, because like I said, when I started, y'all, I was broke, confused, didn't know what the hell I was doing. All I knew was I was tired of my husband working 2 full-time jobs and I needed some income. Okay, so I hopped in it, got it on a payment plan, and before I even had before my payment plan was due, because I used Klarna, right? My credit wasn't that good, so I had to use Klarna. I got it for 125, and literally within 5 days, I had made my money back, and I just said, you know what? Because I'm gonna keep making some motherfucking money, I'm gonna go ahead and pay this shit off. Okay, I had a little, I had to be a little one to one. You know what I mean? The skills you learn, you can create income while also reselling it. Period. I wish you a wonderful day. Yes, sis. You too. I hope you have a good day. And I hope you get to creating them assets, because that's going to help so many people in what you're good at. You know what I'm saying? And what you're doing, that behavior therapy. So many people need that support, and you're going to be that go-to person. So be that go-to person. Okay. If you need my help, let me know. I'll be happy to help you get started. Anybody else? I don't want to just hop off of here. I know my live was a little ghetto. I might not be able to get back on here later on today. I created a YouTube channel, learn how to make my channel. Period. And how much money you make from it, sis? Let them know. Y'all, I'm telling you, once you learn these high income skills, nobody can take that shit away from you. You know, this is what I encourage all of my students. Think bigger than just reselling a course. Sabrina, prime example, okay? Sabrina got into trying to resell courses and stuff like that. But again, her personality, what she's good at, boom, charge somebody $397 to create that YouTube channel. Now she has a whole business surrounded around that. Stop playing. Stop playing, okay? So sometimes it may not be the thing that you want to do, right? But what are you good at? What are people asking you for, okay? And you can turn that into an opportunity, okay? I can't say it enough. Does anybody have any more questions? I hope you all have a wonderful Wednesday afternoon. Or is it afternoon? Girl, it's early in the morning. Oh, look. Anybody else have any questions? Push that 397. No, for real. For real. Well, all right, y'all. Like I said, everything will be linked down below, and I will see y'all. Make it on a little bit later. I said I was gonna live stream when I'm on the NPM call tonight, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Anybody have any more questions? The AI module is fire. Period. Y'all, I'm glad my mic was working because when I say they drag, man, I had to really delete that video. I was like, I'm so embarrassed. Okay. All right, y'all. Anybody else? Anybody else? Anybody? I got 5 people in here. Why y'all ain't saying nothing? Are y'all gonna start today? Put I'm starting today in the chat, okay? Even if y'all don't invest with me, which is crazy that I don't know why, because I'm gonna actually help you. I'm gonna actually get you over that motherfucking hump. But seriously, just start looking and start doing your research, okay? Instead of spending hours watching, like I said, motherfucking Bridgerton and you know what I'm saying, Reasonable Doubt. That's my show. Okay, I've been saying I want to watch. Have they dropped season 3 yet? No, but for real, take time and for real, like lock in. If you imagine if you locked in for May, right? Your summer could be everything that you imagine. You outside, you know what I'm saying? You able to spend money. You ain't got no budget. You ain't thinking about it or whatever like that. Like that's the life that you deserve, and you should get that shit. I'm just saying, you should. You should. Okay, why not? Why are you working your 9 to 5? Okay, so that way, if your boss do come at you sideways or they looking at you crazy, you like, baby, if only if you do you realize that I just made my paycheck in a day? I don't need this shit. I be saying that all the time. Maya's still here, okay? Because all income is good income. That insurance, that 401k, that pension. Trying to hold on to it as long as I can. Thank you. Thank you, Sabrina. Okay, y'all. Well, for the people that's just staring at me and looking at me like I'm crazy, make sure you subscribe. If you resonated with everything that I said today, you know what I'm saying? Let me know. At least put a heart in the chat. Let me know that you feel what I was saying. I don't know why you being scary and shy. I'm just trying to help you. I'm just trying to lead you to the water. What's wrong? She put me in my place. That's what, because you gotta have somebody that's gonna do that, right? It's good for you. One thing I will do is cuss your ass out because why? Y'all be needing that. Y'all really be needing a motherfucker to cuss you out, okay? Because I do. Because I do. Let me know. See, that content was whack as fuck. Don't ever post that shit again, okay? We got to start being honest with each other, okay? Because we be wasting time. Does anybody have any more questions? I need to film this video so I can upload it on inside of the MPM community. Does anybody have any more questions? Anybody? Are y'all gonna start today? Are y'all starting today? Hello? Hello, 5 people that's in the room, minus Sabrina. Thank you, Sabrina, for engaging with me. Are y'all gonna start today or y'all gonna keep watching me? Y'all gonna keep watching everybody, their mama get rich and their auntie and their sister and their cousin. Y'all have had students literally from the ages of 16 all the way up to 67. Okay? 16 was trying to grind 67, okay, who had never used a computer, had only ever used a typewriter, baby. And she scaled her business to well over $80,000. So I'm just confused. Why are you watching? Okay. So you're not gonna just watch. You're not gonna watch me for 6 months. You're gonna actually do, okay? If you're nervous and you're scared, again, start with the sicko method because that's gonna be one of the easiest and fastest ways you can start generating income, okay? Y'all, at $82 per sale, just reselling it. If you sell 10 of those, that's $820. I'm sure some people in the room right now that can make an extra $820. That ain't hurt nothing, right? It's a start, okay? Stop thinking it has to be either I can't do it or it has to be, oh, I got to make my first 10K in 3 days. No, start small, okay? Because once you see that it's possible, then you keep ramping it up and ramping it up and ramping it up. And that's how you, for real, that's literally how you convert. You learn these skills in college and for fourth. Yes, girl, they have a digital marketing certificate here in Indiana, and it's $3,000. I said $3,000. I'm telling you, I had somebody that I was working with, and they was like, yeah. So I'm thinking, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of like, okay, shit, she know the back end of shit. Okay, she paid $3,000. Baby didn't know nothing. Didn't know nothing. So you might get a job. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why we tell I have people that y'all literally they'll take, like I have a young lady who Again, instead of selling a course, I said, sis, what are you good at? What do you like to do? And she was like, I know this is kind of nerdy, but I really enjoy like teaching Excel. That's what I do at my job. I said, girl, if you don't put together no motherfucking Excel for dummies, do you know how many people want to learn how to do Excel? People like businesses and different programs. When I be watching these Excel videos on motherfucking YouTube, they be boring as hell. And I'm like, okay, I don't know how to do this shit. Right. But if you put your little flavor, your sauce, y'all, that's why you can see so many people. I always say the cereal aisle. There's 1,000 cereals down the aisle, right? But they all appeal to a certain type of audience. Just because you see somebody doing it or it's already been done, right, don't mean that you can't do it and put your sauce, your own feel on it, right? That's the beauty of it. And that's the one thing about having your own. This is why I really truly preach ownership. Reselling a course is great, cool, right? Make you a little income. But at the same time, the ultimate goal should be I want to create my own asset that I control, that I can change, that I, you know what I'm saying, determine what it is and who it helps and whatever, right? And that I can, you know what I'm saying, sell for weeks from today, months from today, and years from today. Like that should be your ultimate goal. If y'all don't take shit else away from me, that's all I'll be trying to get down y'all motherfucking throat. Okay. Again, reselling courses is cool. You can make a lot of money from it. I've made multiple six figures from it. Cool, right? But my ultimate goal is now that I have these skills, I know that I never have to worry about money another day in my life. I know I can never ever be broke again. You know why? Because if this don't work, maybe I can pivot and do this. If that don't work, I can pivot and do this. When you're just relying on your 9 to 5 income, look at all these people that lost their job. Look at all them. And let's not talk about us. Okay, them 300,000 Black women that lost their job, that went to school for years, that put in the fucking work, and they just lost their job like that because they didn't own their fucking time. You know what I'm saying? It belonged to somebody else, and they was making well over six figures, right? Which is what we're taught as the ultimate goal. But no, having your own shit, something that you control. You know what I mean? That you control the price, that you can control what comes in and what goes out, right? That makes a whole of like these teachers in Ohio, 10,000, what was it? 10,000 teachers lost their fucking job. I hope them teachers is getting ready and creating their own opportunity for themselves. Look at all these news anchors that lost their job. Guess what they did? Pivot and went to YouTube and created their own assets, their own physical products and merch and shit like that. Okay, there's if they can do it, you can do it as well. Okay, it's not about the following. It's not about none of that shit, right? If your problem or if your solution to somebody's problem is clear as day and it's actually a real transformation that they can experience, you can make a lot of money from it. Okay, I have moms that teach breastfeeding classes. You know what I'm saying? Because the people at the hospital, they be acting kind of funny. Okay, shit like that. People that show you how to transition from going. I have a student that literally teaches you how to ease into going vegan. You know what I mean? Like there's like y'all. I have seen it all. I have a guy that I work with where he teaches people how to obtain their CDLs and get their own owner operator license for their truck. You know what I mean? Again, y'all, we live in an era where, again, depending on what your job is, baby, which I don't know what it is, I'm just saying you may be forced into entrepreneurship. So why not start learning these skills now and be proactive instead of being reactive when they fire your ass or let you go for some bullshit ass reason, right? That's all I be trying to say. Okay, again, like I said, I'm holding on to my job as long as I can, as long as I fucking can, baby. And I piss people off every single day. I pull up in that motherfucker. Well, I don't be going to work, but when I do go to work, I be pissing the people off. They be like, "Bitch, why are you here? If you making all this money, why are you here? Why are you here? I seen your live. I seen your live. I am sure am because all income is good income, girl. Okay, I don't have to go as hard. Okay, I don't have kids. You know how JT always say that, y'all. That's what I always say. I don't have to go as hard. Okay, because I got 7 businesses working for me. Whatever you do for your boss, you can do it for yourself. Absolutely. And you need to get mad because you over here bragging about you making $30 an hour and they making $30,000 an hour off your ass. You're not mad about that? I would be pissed. Like the fuck? I would take these exact skills, baby, and start my own shit, okay? Or again, whatever it is that you're teaching, right? Y'all, I'm telling y'all, some of y'all be playing around with creating AI. I literally have a student, y'all. I can give y'all so many scenarios because I've worked with so many different people. This chick Cole that creating AI, like when AI shit first came out, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, I used to be very against that shit. I don't know if you watched me for a while, you probably know that I used to say that because it was just weird. I felt like it was the devil. I don't know, you know, but like she literally does photo shoots for professional businesses like doctors and lawyers and stuff like that, and she has them send them like 4 or 5 photos of their real selves, and she does like headshots for them, and it's a whole business like all from she don't show her face. She has a whole AI business that creates AI photo shoots for businesses. So stop making excuses, y'all. You're working, they're golfing. Period. Ooh, that's a good one. That's a piece of content right there. No, for real. And if y'all don't get mad, 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 and again, I'm not talking to the people that are comfortable living paycheck to paycheck and like being in that cycle and like just having enough to pay your bills and not being able to do shit else. I'm not talking to you, but people that are serious and like, hey, I want to take action. I want to do the work. I'm talking to you. Okay. There's AI consult. Yes, yes. I shared this story a while back. My contractor, y'all, that does like our rental properties for us. I always have me a good Mexican behind my behind the team. Okay, the Mexicans, they come through. Okay, I love me a good. Okay, Victor, shout out to you. No, but like one day I created a whole business idea and I literally taught him how to do this within like an hour. I was showing him like how the furniture was gonna look inside of the Airbnb or whatever when he was finishing up the construction. And so I took a picture of it and I took a picture of the furniture. And so, I put in a prompt and basically staged the y'all, man, I can give y'all so much free game, it's crazy. But I staged the apartment. He was like, damn, how the hell did you do that or whatever like that? I'm like, just using AI. And he was like, can you start doing this for me for clients and stuff like that? And so I taught him how to do it or whatever. I definitely charge Victor ass, but we be cutting deals for each other. And now he incorporates that in his business. Y'all, that's another thing. I can give you some free game right now on how to do Airbnb without even actually looking. Like if you now look, this is kind of illegal. Is this illegal? But you could sublease an apartment, right? Let me just give y'all some free game. I'm gonna get off here. You can sublease an apartment, right? You or actually not even sublease it yet. Before you go and sign that contract and sublease the apartment, you can go tour an apartment. You know how you tour apartment? Most apartments nowadays, I don't know, ever since really COVID, they let you kind of tour it by yourself. Sometimes the person go with you. It depends, right? You can go in there and take pictures of that motherfucker. Hell, you can pull the pictures off the goddamn internet if you wanted to, right? Maybe you got some furniture in the storage. Maybe you was gonna go buy some furniture. You can go take pictures of the furniture and stage the furniture in the apartment, right? Maybe you can upload that shit to Airbnb, see how many hits you get, and then go sign the lease for an apartment. That's something right there that you didn't even spend no money to do. Okay, so that's what I'm saying, y'all. There's so many different things, so many different like I do this shit. Okay, I do this shit for a living. It really is like no, but for I'm just saying like as a person that was broke as hell, and again living paycheck to paycheck, I had been audited by the IRS, baby. My life, I felt like it was motherfucking over, and I said, God, just please, just give me an opportunity. And I promise you, when you do, I'm gonna always put the people on. I'm gonna always put the people on. I'm gonna always put the people on, and that's exactly what I do. Okay, again, there's nothing. I don't have no motherfucking degree in this shit. Y'all, I just did this shit, okay? And yeah, there's like I said, there's days where I'm locked in because I want to learn because learning skills will always set out lock in, okay? Lock in so you can eventually stop clocking in, okay? If that's something that you want to do. But all right, y'all, I gotta get off of here. I will see y'all later. Everything is linked down below, and I'll see you on the next one.